What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we've got another IPL match review. Of course, we're here with the 19th match of the IPL season. Delhi Capitals get the job done very easily in the end against the KOLKATA Knight Riders. Delhi needed a win. KOLKATA was on a good winning streak, and they, were playing really well to start this season. So, it's good to see the competition start to balance itself out. Obviously, there's still a few teams down the bottom which are unexpected without a win, which we're all pretty aware of. But Delhi, really comfortable win in the end, batted incredibly well. And the player of the match speaks for itself. Bowled really well as Kuldeep Yadav, the man. How good is it to see all these, these players that I think everyone had just assumed were past their prime. Yuzi Chahal, Kuldeep, Umesh Yadav, even Sunil Narayan to that point. Like, all of these players who, maybe haven't been in the greatest of their form the last year or two. Now they're just coming out and being the best players in the competition, which is just so good to see because everyone loves Kuldeep, Yuzi, Umesh. Like, we all love these players and we all want them to do really well. So, hey, it just puts a smile on your face to see the man Kuldeep pick himself up a player of the match. Obviously, you probably get yourself a couple of extra pennies when you win that. I don't know how much you get for winning player of the match. I think it's like 1,000 rupees or something. Or I can't remember what it is, to be honest, what the prize is. But hey, nothing wrong with getting them out of the match, right? Hey, Delhi Capitals setting to bat first. Prithvi Shaw and David Warner, that deadly opening partnership. Of course, David Warner back. Well, he's now into the side, obviously after the series in Pakistan. And he played that first game, didn't go too well. His second game here, though, 61 of 45, 6 fours and 2 sixes. Yeah, just a really solid David Warner innings. This is what he does. He gets to his 50 in quick fashion. He tried to kick on, but, good bowling from Umesh. Skies one out to Rahane, and he's gone. Look, I mean, if Warner stayed out there, or even Rishabh stayed out there, Delhi were going to score about 250 here. Like, they were going to set the biggest IPL total ever. At one point, it was about the 11th over, and Delhi Capitals were like 2 down or 3 down for some ridiculous... They were going very well. That's all I can say. They were going extremely well. Fell off a little bit towards in the middle order, and then, well, the late batting, which we will get into in a moment, just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Rishabh Pant, the captain, played a few nice shots, skipped the crease a bunch of times. And then, gone for 27. I mean, that's the thing with Rishabh. There's just 3 things that Rishabh does. He either goes out in the first over trying to hit the ball to Jupiter. The second one is he gets to around these, this 20, 30 sort of score, and then he skies the ball and goes out. Or he just dominates and goes not out for 85 off 42 balls. But we got the middle order Rishabh today, the middle tier one, 27 or 14. Prithvi Shaw, I skipped totally over him. 51 of 29, 7 fours, 2 sixes. Got the inning starting off to a bloody belter. He got to his 50 in about the 4th over. And I'm like, mate, we're not even out of the power play yet, and you're already at 50. Just some really good batting from Prithvi, and it's really good to see the man do so well. It's so cool to also see Prithvi and David Warner opening the batting together because they're the same height, they're the same sort of build, they're the same sort of athleticism. They're really the same sort of batsman as well. Obviously, Prithvi's a right-hander and David's a left-hander, but just watching them, if I don't know how to explain it, but how do I explain this? I can't think of a good way to explain it, but if you saw both of these players and you didn't know, you would just assume that they were like best friends and copied each other's batting style and they batted exactly like each other. That's what it looks like when I'm watching it. Prithvi just looks like he's already like taken up to being the new David Warner 2.0 as a right-hand batsman. So, I mean, there's not many better to learn from in the world of T20 cricket than the man David Warner. It's a deadly opening partnership. It'd be up there with the best partnership opening one. You got De Kock and Rahul, Faf, and Rawat, I guess. Rawat did play very well the other game. There's some really nice opening partnerships out there. Lalit Yadav and Ronvan Power both combined for 9 runs. It's just not ideal from your middle order. But it was some great bowling from that man, Sunil Narayan, who just... The ball... I don't know how Sunil Narayan is still this good. Like, the bloke is about... It feels like he's been around since the 1930s. I mean, he's been bowling these, backhand mystery spin deliveries since I came out the womb. Like, he's been around forever, and he is still an absolute gun. It is crazy that he would still fit into the Windies' best 11 in probably both white ball formats. He's just still so good, and he's KOLKATA. Would he be one of KOLKATA's great? Like, is he KOLKATA's greatest player of all time? Like, I know they've had some legends there, but this guy's been there since the start almost, and he's still going. It's incredible for the big fella or the little fella, medium size. Okay, either way, doesn't matter. Axar Patel and Lord Shardul, though, they finish it off. They really, they were on track for 250. They lose a few wickets, then they're projected about 175, 190s. And then all of a sudden, Axar Patel and Shardul says, "Not on my goddamn watch." And they just put on Axar 22 off 14, not out, 2 4s, 1 6. And Lord Shardul, he has a lot of power, doesn't he? 29 off 11, 1 4, 3 6s, strike rate of 263.64. I'm out of breath reading that strike rate. But hey, the man Lord and Axar, it's just so invaluable to have late order hitting like this. It can be the difference of you scoring 185 to the difference of you scoring 215 and winning the match. If they only score 185, KOLKATA probably bat a lot different than how they did, and they probably go on and chase this. They would have taken a lot slower approach, and they probably would have gone on to chase it. So, just that late order hitting, it's just so important to finish off the innings and go in with all the momentum into the break. Just, really important stuff there from those two lads. All right, the KKR bowling. Umesh Yadav, he started the competition on fire. This is unfortunately just a little break, just a little mountain to get over to for the man Umesh. But look, 1 for 48. He still took a wicket. Expensive, yes. Would you prefer not to go for 48 runs? Yes. But look, he didn't bowl too well. There was nothing, too short that he bowled. It was just a lot of mid-length deliveries that, I don't know if he needs a rest or if he just, maybe just sit a game out for the next one and have a rest, have a little day's break and come back fit and firing. I mean, for a guy like Umesh who has had issues with his body, I don't see why you wouldn't. If he's good to go, then let him go. But, you always get worried when certain players who are coming back from injury and then they just start going into a little bit of bad form. I'm not saying that for Umesh at all, but, sometimes it can be like, have they gone too early in the competition? Have they given everything in the first few games and now it's, you can't always, take 4 wickets every game, can you? But, Hey, I'm going to leave Umesh alone because I want him to do well. Rafiq Salam, none for 10 off his first. Pat Camo, gee whiz, I tell you what, he's just, he makes half centuries with the ball and the bat. Pat Cummins, a great part-time bowler, isn't he? I think he might be a decent bowler, but you know what? I'd say Pat Cummins, he should only bowl himself 1 over. I'd say bring yourself up to number 3, number 4 in the order, and he's a pure batsman now in my eyes. So, sorry, there's a spider that ran across the floor, and I thought it was running to me, and I was about to go and stomp it in, but that's okay. But Pat Cummins, look, he's I think I've already said this, but part-time bowler, full-time batsman, that's good for Patrick. Not really. Please start taking wickets, Patrick. We need you to take some polls. Varun Chakravarti, also expensive, 1 for 44 off 4. It just really wasn't a deck that seemed to favour him. He does bowl very similar to Sunil Narayan. Not the action, but the sort of deliveries. And it's just the difference in someone has to go for runs, don't they? There's normally one spinner that normally has to go for runs, and then there's one spinner that'll take, the wickets. And it normally changes. 1 for 44 off 4, very expensive. But the man Narayan, 2 for 21 off 4. He's still a gun. Like, he is still just one of the most talented all-rounders in the world. Like, he still is a gun. It is incredible. Big Dre Russ, 1 for 16 off 2. And the man Venki Iyer, none for 14 off 1. He's bowling. I don't know where we're at with Venki's bowling because he came in those T20s against Sri Lanka, and I think people are expecting him to be that next Hardik Pandya sort of role, or your next, Marcus Stoinis / Mitchell Marsh sort of role. He can, I guess, float from anywhere from 1 to 4 in the batting lineup if needs, but he can also bowl 2 to 3 overs, but his bowling just doesn't seem up to scratch at the moment. I think he probably needs to get in the nets and maybe just have a little work on that bowling. But then again, 14 runs. It's not like he went for 442 runs. Hey, all right, Delhi Capitals 215 of a total. Look, it's always going to be, if you score over 200, you're normally going to go and get a win, which they most certainly did by 44 runs. Did it really easy in the end, didn't they? KOLKATA just losing wickets at bad times, isn't it? Ajinkya Rahane gone for 8. The first 2 balls were given out from Rahane. The first one was caught behind. It flicked his pad. He reviewed it, not out. Second ball hit him straight in line with LBW. And I think he got an inside edge on that one as well. So he got away with a few early there, didn't he, Rahane? And didn't make it count, unfortunately. 8 off 14. It's just not enough from Rahane. Since that opening game of the season, he's just really slowed down with the bat. He doesn't look very proactive. He doesn't look like in that first game he wanted to get quick singles. He wanted to rotate strike. He looks like he was more energized and, ready to make a big run score. But, I mean, there's definitely options they probably have to come in, right? So, I mean, why not just give someone else a crack at the top of the order? Maybe you put Sam Billings as an opener. You take Rahane down to a 4 or 5, or you take Rahane out. You bring an all-rounder in. There's plenty of options. You don't need to be scared to make changes in the IPL. It's normally how you win a goddamn match of cricket. Venkatesh Iyer gone for 18 off 8, 2 sixes, 1 4. He just helped himself whip a few off the pads for 6, and then he tried to do the exact same thing the next ball. Didn't catch it. Straight out to Axar Patel. I really want to see him do well. I want to see him become one of the most talented, best all-rounders in the world, but it's just a little few things that obviously he'll be frustrated with and want to work on. Shreyas Iyer, though, the skipper in at number 3, 54 off 33. Some really good hitting, some great hitting from the man. But unfortunately, he just tried to skip his crease to Kuldeep. And Rishabh is going to take every chance he gets. If you were out of your crease for more than 1 second, Rishabh's going to take him off. So, well gone. Nitish Rana, 30 off 20, hit 3 sixes. And then just said, yep, I'm ready for bed. I'm going home. Which is fair enough. Andre Russell, might have been his bedtime, I don't know. Big Dre Russ, 24 of 21. Look, by the time he came in, it was too late. Sam Billings, 15, too late. Cummins, too late. Narayan, it was just too late. Umesh Yadav and Rafiq Salam, guess what? It was just too late for them to try and do anything. Varun Chakravarti with an incredible 1 not out. Almost match changing, almost match winning stuff there from Chakravarti. I think if he hit a 6, they would have won. It's just my opinion, of course. All right, let's get into the bowlers. Oh, man, sometimes the things I say just worry me a little bit. All right, Delhi Capital bowlers, though. Mustafa Fiz Rahman, he is just having a really solid season. Look, didn't take a wicket, none for 21 or 4. You look at that and you think, whatever. It's just a normal day at the office. You didn't go for many runs. You didn't take a wicket. It's a good game, I guess. But he's bowling really well. He's someone you can open the bowling with. He's just a very talented, quick bowler. I don't even know how old he is, to be honest, but I don't see why he wouldn't have a future in, being a very expensive bowler in the future in an auction of some sort. Shardul Takua, 2 for 30 off 2.4, not 24, 2.4 overs. Good to see the man lord in some wickets. Hey, I can't remember the last time he took a wicket. So it's good to see him amongst it. Khalil Ahmed, 3 for 25 off 4. I don't know where I'm at with Khalil Ahmed. Sometimes when I watch him, he just frustrates the absolute F out of me when I watch him sometimes. And I just think, why are you bowling these sort of deliveries? And then sometimes I go, that was a really great ball. Well done. That was a beautiful delivery. He's got to find that middle ground of consistency where instead of, after getting smacked for 6, do not go and bowl the exact same ball the next delivery. He did this same one, I think it was in this game. He got hit for a 4, and then the next ball, he bowled like the exact same delivery and got hit in the exact same spot for 4. I thought, Khalil, don't bowl it where you just got hit in the same spot, and then it happened again. It just frustrates me when bowlers do that. Obviously, they'd prefer if they didn't. Axar Patel, none for 32 off 3. Yeah, no, there wasn't much. Again, like we spoke about, as a spinner, you either go for runs and take no wickets, or you like Kuldeep Yadav and take 4 for 35 off 4. One of the spinners is going to take it. So, you keep your head up. Spinning in T20 cricket, it's not a one-person job. It's a two-person job. And it's like a little partnership, especially on Indian pitches. So, I think that's a group effort there from those two boys. Ramvan Power, none for 17 off 1. Why is he bowling? 1 for 8 off 1 for Lalit Yadav as well. So, hey, that was the game. Look, just really, really promising stuff from DC. I know the DC fans will be over the moon. They were able to get a win. Another win, obviously. But, if DC lost and they went to 1-3, it would have been really danger early signs. But they get a win. They're sitting pretty at 6. So, yeah, looking decent here early. Let's go on the table, though. Of course, there was a double header last night. LSG and... how have I already forgotten? LSG and Rajasthan was on last night as well. So I'm going to review that game as soon as I finish this one. But Rajasthan in first. KOLKATA, Gujarat Titans, 3-0. They're going very, very well. RCB in 4th. LSG in 5th. DC 6th. Punjab in 7th. We'll be better. SRH in 8th. And guess what? These two franchises, I'm still... every time I see this, I just can't help but think, what the fuck? Mumbai Indians 9th, CSK 10th. It is really nice to see some new teams at the top and, not have Mumbai Indians versus CSK and then it's just the other 8 teams competing to play against them in a grand final or in a final game. It is nice that there's some different teams up there. The Orange Cap, Jossie Boy Butler, still leading the way. Big man to Cock. Well, that sounds weird, but that's his name, so my bad. He's in 2nd. Shubman Gill right behind him in 3rd. Kishan right behind him in 4th. And the man Hetmeyer right behind him in 5th. I'm loving what Hetmeyer is delivering this season. But hey, if you want something to warm your heart, look at the purple cap leaderboard. Yuzi Chahal in 1st. Kuldeep Yadav in 2nd. Umesh Yadav also in 2nd. Avesh Khan in 4th. It's not as cool, but well done. And the man Hasaranga in 4th as well. What a man. Hey, little Harsey. He's got 8 in there. So, hey, this IPL season, it's going very well at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. Highest bowling figures. Still no one's taken a fifer. Yeah, I don't think there's much really more to go on here. Wow, the 2 greatest spin bowlers of all time, Aiden Markram and Dewald Brevis, averaging 8 with the ball each. That's just inspirational stuff right there from 2 just legendary spinners right there, hey. All right, that's going to cap off the review. Delhi Capitals get the win. Tonight's game, we have Sunrisers Hyderabad versus the Gujarat Titans. Look, you would expect Gujarat will win, but Sunrisers played pretty well against CSK, and I think if SRH can win the toss, they can send Gujarat into bat first. I think that's the only way they can win if they chase a total around 160. Wait, where is it being played? That matters a lot, actually. Okay, so it's in the D.Y. Patil Sports Academy in Mumbai. Okay, well, I think there's been some pretty big totals set there recently, so yeah, maybe you have a bat for... No, you definitely have to bowl first. You'd be silly not to. But hey, all right, that'll officially cap off the review. Delhi Capitals are 2-2, Kolkata 3-1. Great win. Hey, it's going to cap it off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.